Buenas tardes, good evening, good morning, Sisyusmase, Tiro, everybody from the Caribbean to the Pacific that are joining us in this interterritorial art competition panel. For those of you that follow us, this is Right to Democracy. My name is Ade Martinez Roman. I'm the co-director from Puerto Rico of this organization that is working with people of all the territories of the U.S. to build a movement to promote democracy, equity, and self-determination in the U.S. territories. For those that speak Spanish, there is the option of interpretation in the below buttons in the Zoom bar. Para esos que hablan español, hay la opción de interpretación en la parte de abajo, en la barra. Pueden presionar el botón y escoger español porque tenemos servicios de traducción. Gracias a Sandra por estar aquí con nosotros hoy. But I'm going to speak mostly in English because all my guests today with us are English speakers, native speakers. And I'm very excited because this art competition is something that we have been promoting for more than 6 months now. And we got some amazing entries. As you see below, there are some examples of the entries we got. And those are not even the winning entries, which are the ones that we going to be presenting today here with the participants. And this is part of our efforts to promote a narrative change and promote the voices in the territories, especially the voices of the young people that have a lot to say about the challenges faced in their territories, their democracy, and the relationship of their territories with the U.S. government. And they have been able to express that in their art. And so this is very exciting for us to be able to share with all of you what the winners have produced of this competition. So can you go to the next slide, please? To explain a little bit about the art competition, we received a total of 101 submissions from 4 territories: Guam, Northern Mariana Islands, Puerto Rico, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. Our participants range from 12-year-old to 17 years old. And the first place, there was winners from each territory. We had a first place in each territory that won $500, a second place that won $250, and a third place that won $100. And what we asked the students was to express what they think about democracy using visual arts and spoken words or even music. And we did get a very good variety of participation. Can you put the next slide, please? After receiving all those entries, we had a judge from each of the territories that participated. And I'm glad to say that they were all members of our board of directors and board of advisors in Right to Democracy. So these are people that are very compromised with the work that we're doing and that believe in our mission. We had Vanessa Williams from Guam, Adriel Cepeda Deriux from Puerto Rico, Sheila Babauta from Northern Mariana Islands, and Nisha Christian Hendrickson from the U.S. Virgin Islands. And we are very grateful at the efforts they made to look at all the entries and cast their votes. So thank you so much, judges. So moving along, before going into the entries, and please, Jelanis, if you can just put the faces of the students that are with us today. I want the students to introduce themselves and tell us their names, where they from, and what is a favorite thing that they can say about their territory. So before me calling out, is there anybody of you here that wants to start? Who is the brave one that wants to be the first one to introduce themselves?
I can go
Okay,
first.
thank you.
Hello, my name is Animal TV, and I'm from Saipan Sinamai. One thing I like and I cherish about my territory is the culture and the respect for everyone. Like everyone's just so loving and so just open and welcoming.
Let me tell you, Animo, I really experienced that when I went visiting the Northern Mariana Islands. Very loving people, very respectful. And I was just filled with love, I have to say. Um, who wants to go next? You want to
I
go,
can go
Marilyn?
next.
Yes,
Sure.
thank you.
My name is Marilyn Sampetta. I am from the island of Saipan, Silamai. One thing that I love about where I'm from is that the locals here are very eager to share their culture and traditions with you, and that the island itself is just beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you, Marilyn, and welcome. And yes, let me tell you, all the territories are gorgeous, gorgeous. I can tell you that there was different shades of blue in every one of them. Um, and so it's just amazing how beautiful it was. And each territory has also beautiful culture. And in CNMI, I was able to meet the Chamorro, but I was also able to meet the Carolinians. And so I was, yeah, able to be fascinated by it and all the love that you guys have. So the last but not least, we have Aliyah. Aliyah, can you introduce yourself, please?
Hi, I'm Alia Forab, and I'm from St. Croix, U.S. Virgin Islands. My favorite thing about where I'm from would probably be our festive activities that we have here and how welcoming our islanders are.
Definitely. Thank you, Aliyah. Welcome. I also have been able to enjoy going to St. Croix. I've been to St. John's and St. Thomas of the U.S. Virgin Islands. You are my Caribbean brothers and sisters, actually with a lot in common in our backgrounds, and in our culture. And we love to party. We love festivals. There's always something happening, and it just has uh that beautiful drum sound that comes from our African heritage that I so love. When you start hearing it and you start moving, right? There's nothing you can do. So yeah, thank you for being with us. I have to excuse, we had participants from Puerto Rico that had trouble connecting because of inconveniences, and a participant from Guam also that had trouble connecting. But we're going to go ahead and have the conversations with our three great participants today. So Yalanis, can we start just like by presenting to the public the arts that were the winners in the territories? And then we can keep talking with our artists that are present here today. Good. So the first territory is the U.S. Virgin Islands, and the first place went to Aliyah Frorup. Aliyah, congratulations! And it is a beautiful poem that we are going to have her recite to us, but not now. And discuss what else, which is the second place. Ishmael Green won the second place. Another beautiful poem, Unity Symphony. And next, American by Amaya Hamilton. She is the third place winner of the Virgin Islands. Aliyah, can you go back, Jelanis, to the poem of Aliyah? Please. Aliyah, can you tell us a little bit about your work and what inspired you to do it? And if you want to read it for us, it would be great.
So what inspired me was first my teacher, but then when I actually got to writing, I questioned and asked myself, why am I writing? Who am I writing for? And that will be the people of where I'm from, or not even where I'm from, just like in the Caribbean and America as a whole. Like well, they don't really give children the chance to speak because they feel that we're young and we don't really understand what's going on in the world. But in this society and generation, I feel like we do pretty much know what's going on, and we should have the right to speak and voice our opinions. And that's what really inspired me to write what I wrote.
That is a really something that was really clear to us when we were doing the listening tours in the territories, how on point the young people were and how knowledgeable about the situations that are happening around their respective islands, but also in the archipelagos, because the U.S. Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico are in the same area. We are very we are in Las Antillas, the Antilles, and so it's the same archipelago. The same thing with Guam and Northern Mariana Islands, which are the Marianas Archipelago. So we are the young people are very conscious about what is happening around their archipelago. Do you want to read maybe one of the how you call it, estrofa, the paragraphs of the poem?
Sure, yeah. I thought we had a right to let our voices be heard freely, but instead we have to fight because they won't listen to us completely. We, the children, are the future. Soon you will have to depend on us. This time will go by in a blur. Let us not regret missing a chance we had.
That's beautiful. We really appreciate that you were very insistent on having your voice heard. And this is precisely what we wanted to embrace with this competition. So thank you so much. Let's move, Jelanis, if we can go to the next art of the next territory, and then we can go back to we can go to Guam. Let's see, the first place in Guam was Sumai Bevacqua. She was not able, hold on, not yet. Okay, she was not able to join us today, but her drawing or graphic design is just beautiful. It's just beautiful work that that really depicts the role of children in the society in Guam. Let's go to the next one. We have Laia Flores as the second place winner, also with an amazing depiction of democracy, including rule of law, love your voice, equal rights, and dual fights. And I really think it's really powerful. Go ahead for the third place. We have Keegan Barnes with also a poem that has a beautiful message about democracy. Let's go ahead. Puerto Rico, we had three also winners in Puerto Rico. El Mari Rivera, she is our second place winner. And El Mari has done a wonderful job, also graphic design, about democracy, hands, and the expression of people, the power to decide yes or no. Go ahead. The next one, please. We have Inés Ramirez. I think El Mari was our first place.
Yeah,
Inés
and Mari
Ramirez,
was our first place winner.
and Mari was the first place. Inés is our second place winner. And I just really love this. It's a combination between dark colors and bright colors, depicting how this is my impression. It's like the system crushing the man, right? With the wheels. So I just really enjoy it. I really wish Inés would be able to connect, but she was not able to be with us today because of her flight connections. Go ahead. And Alina Alvarez sent us a picture of democracy and how it's about participation around the world. And I feel like it depicts the different views that people have around the way and their need to be able to have voice. Can we keep on? Northern Mariana Islands, and here we have two of the participants in Northern Mariana Islands. The first place went to Jonathan Wenio with a very, very interesting depiction of a boat divided in two. Half of the boat is a military carrier, and half of the boat is the typical, and one of the participants can tell me the name of it because there is a specific name of this typical boat in the Mariana Islands of the native people of the Marianas. And it's just beautiful depiction of the reality, right, that is lived in the Marianas. Can we go on? Oh, Marilyn's. That is beautiful, Marilyn. I have to say, can you please tell us a little bit more about what inspired you to do this work, and what are the things that you want to convey about democracy here?
Well, what inspired me to create my work was actually my teacher. And what also inspired me to do it was the word democracy. So I just thought of combining things together, like uniting things as one.
Like, for example, you have that woman with the caracol, how you say it in English, the conch?
Yes, conch shell, or
The
for us
conch
Chamorros,
shell.
we call it kulu.
Kulu,
Yes.
kulu. And then you have the eagle on top. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yes, the bald eagle represents the US, and the other bird is a Mariana's fruit dove, representing the CNMI.
Oh, that's beautiful. And what is it that they're carrying?
It's a flag with a united design, a liberty for the US, and the Marianas flag.
Oh, so it's like a combination of the flags.
Yes.
Oh, that is so interesting. I also see that you put in the bottom right corner, you put like a little house. Can you explain to us, especially us in the Caribbean that have no idea about this? I learned this when I went there. Can you explain to us what that is?
That's a Chamorro hut where from the past the Chamorros used to live in it.
And it has the, how you call them?
Laddie
The
stones?
laddie, the
Yes.
laddie stones. Thank you. You see, we don't know this. This is like completely new for many of the people in the Caribbean. The Chamorro people used to build in laddie stones, which are very powerful design, architectural design, where they would put their houses over these columns, these laddie stones, and build the house on top in order to be resilient from attacks or floods or anything, animals that would come at night. So it's just a beautiful design. And you also said, Marilyn, that your t-shirt inspired you. And Aliyah said the same thing. I'm so proud of those t-shirts. Can you say the name of the t-shirt that inspired you?
For me, it's Mr. Aldon, Peter Aldon.
Peter O'Don, and what does he gives a subject? Can you recognize him as a teacher? What subject does he give?
He teaches art.
Oh, so your art teacher inspired you. That's great. Aaliyah, can you tell us the name of the teacher that inspired you and what subject she teaches?
Miss Llanos, Lizette Llanos, and she teaches AP Language and AP Literature.
Yes, Miss Jana is amazing. Yeah, I met her. They're such great teachers. Can we go then to the next one, Jelanis, please? We have here Animus Peace, third place winner from the CNMI. Animu, can you please talk a little bit about what inspires you? Although I can see a lot of symbolism here.
So what inspired me was also my teacher because he's very good at helping us vision we what we have in our mind and what we things we need to say.
And what is the name of that teacher?
Mr. Aldon too.
Oh, Peter Aldon. Oh, wow. Great. Uh-huh.
Um yeah, that's he just so he showed me an example of a Liberty Bell and a Laddie Stone, and that just kind of made me like put two and two together. So I was just looking at other things I could combine to unite, like what she said, unite things together and just try and make it make sense. So I chose the Statue of Liberty because it is a very strong symbol in the United States.
Yes, but that is not the woman that is the Statue of Liberty in the United States, because I've seen it in New York. I've been there. That is different. What
Okay.
is that you draw there?
That is a local woman of the cinema.
A local what? Sorry, can you elaborate a little
A
bit?
local lady. So she's representing my culture, my people of the cinema.
Great, great. I love it. And is there any more art that we want to show, Jelanis, or are we done with the art?
So those are all of our 12 winners. We can go
Great.
back to the first page and see a couple of more drawings that were also submitted.
Definitely, we can go back to the first page. And I wanted to continue the conversation with the participants a little bit more about what were the challenges that you guys faced when you were doing these participations, and what were the conversations that you had? I saw that Animu actually talked to the teacher about the Statue of Liberty, but what were those challenges that you faced when you were creating your piece? especially when you're trying to convey a complex message about democracy and rights through that art. Or you can also share with us a specific message that you wanted to share with your art. Does anybody want to go first? You want to go first, Marilyn?
Sure. So one message that I think that really got my mind thinking into this is about the age. Why up to 12 to 17? Why not just put like students to make it fair?
That is a question to me, or that is a question
It can
to
be a question to you.
okay. So your question is, why did we put 12 to 17 or not only students?
Yeah, like why not just put like students?
Well, we wanted to be able to have student or age age appropriate. When I say age appropriate, not because there's no appropriate age that they could compete with each other, because it was only one category. So if we put too young, it would be another category into itself, and it would be another competition. So that's why we put 12 to 17, because it could be a range of different people that would be able to compete against each other in terms of their capacity, um, uh, or their art techniques, or to put words together or songs together. Although, of course, Marilyn, you never know, there would be younger people that would beat you all, because that happens. But we were trying to set like a fair group of people, and with our limited resources, we wanted to be able to give prizes in each territory. And so we chose 12 to 17, and um but the idea was more people that would be in middle school and high school. And yeah, and so there were people from high school that participated in any way, even if they were 18. So that was not a problem at all.
Okay.
And we adjusted, sometimes when you do these things, you have to be nimble. Um, nimble is a way of adapting and being, to be inclusive, of course. So thank you for your question. Do you have any comments on what were the challenges when you were doing your piece, or about the message that you wanted to convey, like coming up with that message, and what is that strong message that you wanted to convey?
Honestly, it was the courage for me to actually start on my art piece because of my age. So it kind of like I kind of hesitated on drawing something and entering it for this competition.
Oh, because you're 18, right?
Yes. Yes.
I am so glad that we were able to accommodate you. And I'm so glad that you were able to present your beautiful piece to us, because it was really amazing. So
Thank
I'm
you.
really maybe Aliyah, do you want to share with us what were your challenges when producing the pieces, and the message that you want to convey? That's a beautiful poem that you did.
Thank you. Some challenges I faced was how to voice the opinions of my community and the youth, and how to write something that would benefit everyone in the Caribbean. And the message I was aiming for was letting the children, youth, students, the young be heard, because we usually don't be heard.
Definitely. And do you feel that the competition is a way of being heard? Is it a positive? What do you think about that? Or what can be improved too? Like Marilyn's suggestion.
Most definitely, I feel like this was a great way to be heard, especially as a student, because it's right to democracy, and we definitely should have that right to voice our opinions and what we think is right. And um, I don't really have anything that I think could be improved. It was a great competition. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you so much, Aliyah. Right to democracy, basically, we started by asking people precisely what does right to democracy means to you. So this way of doing it in an art way, and correct me if I'm wrong, Aliyah, what you're telling us is right to democracy is the right to have a voice, the right to participate, and be heard.
Yes,
Is that
correct.
right?
Yes, because the time you visited here and the for the first one when you did it in the elementary school, a lot of us wrote what a right to democracy means to us is our voices being heard. So that was what I was trying to portray through my poem.
Great. I'm glad that you could connect those both experiences. And for the public, what Aliyah is talking about is that Right to Democracy did a listening tour in all the territories. And in each territory, it did one with young people from 12, from 7th grade to high school, just to be correct well. And um, Animu, can you share with us what challenges you had when creating your piece? And if you and what was that message that you really wanted to get across?
Some challenges that I faced were just finding the right ideas to express what I was trying to convey. Um, yeah, the message that I would like people to think or get from my artwork is that we are here. We are people of the United States too. We deserve all the rights that you have. We are not any less than we are not less people.
And when you say that, you say it to who?
To the to the government, to everyone who controls, just to have us have our voice and make us be able to have a right to vote. Just basically that, have a right to do everything that you guys are able to do.
Yeah, like the powers that are making the decisions, the government that is the one that has the control over the decisions that are being made, that they definitely should include everybody, and have everybody respect their rights, or have everybody's rights respected. Because I have to tell you, I am a professor of law, and when you're talking about fundamental rights, which are human rights, constitutional rights, those rights that belong to us as human, you have them. The thing is that they're not respected. And that is when what you're saying is that they need to respect your rights and recognize your rights and make them real. Am I right, Animu, by rephrasing what you said?
Yeah, like we're just in the back of their head that we just on the side.
Great. Thank you so much. And I wanted to go now into more the future. Like now that you guys won this competition, I'm very interested in knowing if you're, how are you gonna keep using your art to express yourself? If this is something that you are contemplating, and if there are particular themes or issues that you're passionate about, that you want to share with us, that you want to explore further. Like, how are you gonna use this, and what would be the themes that you would like to do stuff with? Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Well, yeah.
So this competition definitely was a chance for me to like pass a message or give out a message. And that's the question you asked about what we would do or how we would continue to let our voices be heard or make a change is a question my Miss Janos, my teacher, usually asks us a lot. And that would be for me. I really like art, like painting, drawing, anything like that. So in the future, I hope to create my own brand to send out messages to the youths, not even just the youths, like our whole community, the elders, the youths, the adults, the middle age, everything. Mostly in the VI, and then hopefully out as I grow bigger or whatever. But yeah, to give the message to my people that we are here and we should be heard, and it's not just a right or wrong or a say that the adults have. It's also the children, because like I said in my poem, we are the future. One day we will also be up there, so we should have the choice to be heard.
I think you definitely will get the chance to do it and to grow big. I have to tell you that you're not alone. There are many that believe in you, believe in the youth, believes in their voices, and that are organizing to promote that. And one of example that I want to share with you, Aliyah, is my best friend here in Puerto Rico. Marco Santanandujar is the president of a youth organization, the Organization for the Youth Rights. And that's one example of an organization that is dedicating itself to promote the right of children. And so you can connect with those organizations in Virgin Islands, in the other territories, even in the United States, or wherever you decide to go in the future as a human, um, to do this work. So definitely, please keep inspiring us because you are definitely doing it. Um, what about you, Animu? I'm gonna signal you first before Marilyn.
Um, can you repeat the question?
Yes, of course. What we wanted to know a little bit more about now that you won, do you think about using art more in the future to like convey messages to your friends or community? And what would be those themes that you think would be good for you to explore in a arts way?
I think I would explore the themes of like uh global warming.
Okay,
Uh,
yes,
We live on an island, and our island is very small in the Pacific, and these rising oceans and everything that's happening is just not good for us. And it's not just us; it's the whole wide world. It's our planet, so we gotta keep it safe.
definitely. Like what's happening is affecting the whole world. But I have to tell you, Animu, that you are definitely on point because um in the listening tours and the summit when we all got together in New York City, one when we identify as a common ground between the territories, of course, we're all islands, but we're also the most affected by climate change. And scientific studies have shown that because we suffer from sea level rise, we suffer from droughts, we suffer from the bleaching of our corals, the changing of our species, and the heightening of typhoons and hurricanes and their intensity. So definitely it is a very important theme. And the people in the islands need the voice to be heard regarding their needs around these climate change issues. So you are really on track there um, to inspire us in these challenges. So thank you so much. And what about you, Marilyn? Have you thought of using your voice, your artistic? You definitely are a beautiful, you made a beautiful drawing
Thank
there. You
you.
definitely have something very delicate of your art. Are there any messages that you want to convey in the future? Or are you going to be able to use your art to express them?
Yes, I'm glad that you all saw something in my artwork. It being chosen made it worth it by hearing by what I have to say. My answer would be the same as Alia and Animo. So, yeah, thank you.
But you get the chance to talk to me more about it. So you want to work on voice and climate change also?
Yeah, especially through art, since I guess I've been doing it for a while, and I just want to continue to strive up to better.
Good. And you are in 12th grade. So do
Yes.
you have plans that you want to share with us in the future?
I plan to go to college, NMC, and just probably join something called USET, since my teacher, my ELA teacher, Miss Mina Benaventi, is one of the inspiration of why I would be going to college soon.
We congratulate you and support you on your new journey to
Thank you.
college. And very hopeful that you're able to use your art. As with all of you here today, I'm very sorry that we were not able to have somebody from Guam or somebody from Puerto Rico, that they were not able to make it. Hopefully in the future you will all be able to meet, and we'll do another reunion. Do we have questions from the public? Does the public wants to, the participants today want to do questions? Please put them on the chat. I'm gonna give you a couple of minutes to put a question for our wonderful guest on the chat. If not, we will be closing this discussion with our recognition that young people are very aware of what is happening in their island territories, and that not only the people from the United States, the public officials that have control over the territories, but also the local governments in the territories should be very mindful of the messages and of ensuring places of participation for the young people, be it through artistic expression, but all the other ways of expression too, scientific, sports, and politics. Anything that the youth want to develop brings a message, an important message, because they are very conscious of the need to take care uh, of their homes, their islands, and the place they live and the people they love. Any other words that you want to express before us closing today?
I would just like to say thank you, and it's incredible that I had to explore this. So yeah, thank you again.
Oh, thank you, and thank you for overcoming our glitch of the age and participating. We're so happy that you did. Any other people want to? Any other of you want to say something before we
So
say goodbye? Yes.
I'd also like to say thank you. This is
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Aliyah. Thank you, Marilyn. Thank you, Aminu, for participating today. Hopefully, this will be a continued conversation. Hopefully, you will be part of our activities in the future. You can participate in our coalitions, in everything that we're doing. And to the public, thank you for watching this video, and uh, please get inspired by the artistic expression of our young people in the territories and keep supporting them to create spaces where they can participate and express their voices. So thank you so much, everybody. And let's keep, please make sure to follow us in Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. We are on all the platforms except TikTok yet. Maybe we need a young fellow to open a TikTok account for us and start doing some content there. Um, but yes, we are in the platforms, and then you can keep uh, informed You can keep being informed of the of what is taking place with right to democracy, including even fellowship opportunities and opportunities to participate. Oh, wait a second. We have a visitor from the VI, Amaya Hamilton. Amaya, can you hear us? And can you put
Yeah.
your camera on?
Okay. Give me a second, please.
Sure. Yalanis, can you put Amaya's artistic expression again for really fast so we can like share it with the public? We still have 10
Of
minutes.
course.
Welcome, Amaya. Thank you for joining us. We already had a conversation with Aminu, Marilyn, and Aliyah. Aminu and Marilyn from the Northern Mariana Islands in the Pacific. So for them, it is tomorrow morning right now. And we had a conversation with Aliyah. I don't know if you guys, girls, know each other. Can you introduce yourself, Amaya, really fast and tell us what is your favorite thing about living where you live? Tell me where you're from.
Okay. Hi, my name is Amaya Hamilton. I am a 11th grader at the St. Croix Central High School. One thing I really love about living in the Virgin Islands is the culture. I play steel pans. That's a really big part of the culture, and I enjoy that.
Can you explain to us what the instrument that you said? Can you repeat it, please?
I play steel pan. I play the double tenor. It's a steel pan, and we play like different songs on the pan. Yes.
Pardon my ignorance. Is that a wind instrument, a string, or percussion?
It's percussion because you hit it. Yeah, it's percussion.
Hit it. Oh my God, I'm so interested. I'm going to research.
But
Okay.
I play steel pan with the Rising Stars Youth Steel Orchestra if you want to research it. It'll show up on YouTube.
Great, great. So can you share with us really fast? We were about to close, but we would like to know what your inspiration for this poem, which I really enjoyed that question mark in the title. That I think that's very different. Can you please tell, maybe read a couple of lines if you want and tell us what your inspiration was?
Okay. I really like the second stanza.
Yes.
I'll start on the third line. What about our lives do not scream Americans? Our currency, American. Our taxes, American. Our textbooks, American. Why is it that we as Americans are treated like foreigners? So my inspiration for that was the fact that we are treated as though we're like foreigners, that we're not Americans, but everything about our lives and our not culture, but our lives and our our structure is American.
Definitely. So it is a question that you're posing to the public, and that's why in the title you have American question mark, because you are questioning with your voice. That is really amazing, and congratulations, Amanda. The jury really enjoyed reading all your pieces, and really yours stood out, like Aliyah's also stood out from St. Croix, from the Virgin Islands. And what is the future for you? Like, are you going to keep doing art? Is this something that you think has opened like the possibility of you like looking at other issues, or what issues would you like to work with? What is it with you and your future? What are your plans?
As my plans, I plan to go to college to be a lawyer.
Oh, I didn't push you to do that. We are lawyers, but it's not my fault. We didn't push you. You are deciding it yourself, and we will support you.
And as far as writing poetry and art, it's something I enjoy doing, but I don't do often. And different topics that I'm really interested about would be like mental health. So that'd be an issue I like to talk about. mental health. Yeah.
Great. That is great. Just so you know, like I told you, I'm a lawyer. My co-director is a lawyer. And in Right to Democracy, we combine two styles of lawyering. So there is not only one form of doing lawyering. There is impact litigation, like what he brings, advocacy, policy advocacy. There is community lawyering, and there is so many different. I do more community lawyering, organizing, etc. So it is a wonderful way of changing stuff or trying to push for change, and knowing words like you did with the poems is a very important um destreza. It's a very important skill. It's a very important skill for lawyers to have the art of the word. Is a very important skill that I recommend for you to keep developing by reading, writing, just having a critical mind with issues and being able to express it on a written word. It's a very important skill. So kudos to you. And finally, I have to say healthcare. It is an issue that affects all territories. It is an issue that affects all territories. Healthcare and the access to healthcare and the access of programs like the supplemental social security income for the elders and disabled to be able to pay for the healthcare. It's one of our main issues. So you are on point. You all are on point. Jalanis, can we have the faces of all participants, please? You all are on point on your works of art and on what you're doing. So I congratulate you again. As I told Amaya, when you got here, we were already wrapping up, but you made a little bit more content, so we reached 8 o'clock here, 10 a.m. of Saturday in the Northern Mariana Islands and Guam. And so thank you so much, youth, young people from the Caribbean, young people from the Pacific, and the Mariana Trench, the Mariana Archipelago. We are so grateful for your participation in this competition, and we hope that we keep having these conversations, and that you keep being animated to participate with us. So thank you everybody that watches this video. And if you have any comments, again, you can contact us through our media or social media. And if you have any questions or any message for the participants, you can send it to us and we will refer it to them. Thank you so much.